Now on CoastTV News.
Open space and what to do with it. City leaders in Lewes are drafting new regulations to shape the future of development. HIV funding, a local advocacy group calling for more state dollars to support testing, prevention, and education. And the DOJ, President Trump's government overhaul creates a divide.
This is
Leftover land in Lewes, what the city is looking to do with a new open space ordinance. Good evening, I'm Christina DeRobertis. Welcome to CoastTV News at 11. We begin tonight in Lewes. The city council there held a public hearing today about possible new requirements for open space, like the open space you see here on your screen. Now, the new ordinance would change the size of open space that's allowed, what you can put there, and some other details. CoastTV News reporter Brendan Conroy is in our newsroom with more on this. Brendan, it could impact future developments.
Christina, city officials say they're considering an open space ordinance to decide on what to do with all that land and those future developments. But people I spoke with in Lewes today, they had some mixed opinions.
Acres on acres of open space in Lewes. What should be done with it? That's what the Lewes City Council held a public hearing for on Wednesday. City leaders want to update an open space ordinance for developments in the area, including increasing the amount of open space required, what is exactly considered open space, and the design of it. Duke Brooks lives in Lewes and thinks the city should take their time with any major decisions.
Open space is very valuable if it adds to the value and the price of something in the perception of the people that buy the houses, then it's a good thing.
Joe Farcetta believes people who live in Lewes should be aware of what's happening with these spaces.
We need to hold the developers to account. They need to be solvent, and they need to be transparent with what it actually is going to cost to maintain the community.
The ordinance would require new residential developments to have at least 25% open space, including parks or play areas, and non-residential projects would have to include at least 10% open space, except for in town center zones. Wednesday was just a public hearing, so no official decisions were made.
The ordinance will now go to City Council for further discussion, and city officials said that they're going to take all of those public hearing comments and questions into consideration. In the newsroom, I'm Brendan Conroy. Christina, back to you in the studio.
Okay, thanks for that, Brendan. And we have two more notes on this proposed open space ordinance. It would also set regulations about how open space is maintained and who owns it. Also, it emphasizes protecting the environment and wildlife there in Lewes. And this brings us right to our CoastTV poll. We want to know what you think should be the top priority for open space in new developments. Here's the results on your screen. Most people, 81%, saying wildlife habitat. A few saying community gardens, recreation areas, or parks and trails. But those pretty definitive answers there. And if you want to share your opinion, you can still do it. It's not too late. Just go to coasttv.com or use our mobile app to vote. Moving on now, after Sussex County was blanketed with snow last night, today the roads, they seem to clear up pretty nicely. Some people CoastTV spoke with in Sussex County, though, they say they did notice a few issues.
It's not bad at all. It's just really wet and slushy.
Wet and slushy indeed. And snow is still lingering on some sidewalks and other areas, so those slippery conditions are a bigger concern. The snow does bring some struggles, but it also brings along fun. Check out this video here. It's of some dogs enjoying the snow today at the Lewes Dog Park. Look like they're having a great fun time there at the dog park. And over in Bethany Beach, not as much snow there, but we did see some remnants on the boardwalk and the beach. Very beautiful scene. Looks very peaceful there in Bethany Beach. In Ocean City, most of the snow has already melted. The roads there seem to be clear. The sidewalks are a bit slushy. Even though the snow turned to water pretty quickly, some business owners say it does still take a toll on them and their profits.
We generate a lot of our traffic from the boardwalk, so when the boardwalk's full of snow, it's really hard to get people out.
According to the Ocean City Police Department, no major crashes occurred due to the snow last night. And we're going to take a live look right now into Lewes and bring in our first alert chief meteorologist, Paul Williams, for a check on the weather. Hey, Paul.
Hey, Christina, we're going to go over just how much snow we experienced yesterday, and we're in the midst of rain right now. But currently we're at 43 degrees, actually, and we're going to stay in the 40s with scattered showers and light drizzle continuing throughout the night. Now, yesterday we called for about 5 to 7 inches of snow in places like Laurel, Seaford, and Georgetown, and nearly 9 for us, actually, places like Bridgeville. Well, now, how did it work out in reality? In reality, we got up to about 8 in Bridgeville, 7 in Seaford, 5 at 0.3 in Laurel, so we did pretty good. Now, other snowfall totals, we had 8 or more in Cambridge, Bridgeville, Milton, and Lincoln, 7 in Harrison, as well as Seaford. And we had 6 in Lewes, 6.5 in Salisbury, and then we also had Bethany Beach, 4.5. Now, as far as where we are right now, we have precipitation that's actually manifesting itself right now. Look at that camera. Don't you hate it when the freezing weather affects the camera? There it goes. But we have light scattered showers pushing across right now. We'll talk more about that in a moment. Till then, back to you, Christina.
Okay, thanks, Paul. Well, the Delaware HIV Advocacy Coalition is calling for new state funding to be put toward testing, prevention, and education about HIV. According to the Advocacy Coalition, in 2024, there was a 64% cut in federal funding for prevention programs and a 10% increase in HIV cases. David Mariner, executive director of Sussex Pride, says new funding could create new pathways for the treatment and prevention of the disease.
I would love to have a conversation about new and novel approaches that we can take for HIV prevention in our state. With the new governor, with the new administration, I think that there's a lot of opportunities to think about doing things differently.
And Mariner says the funding could give expanded access to HIV testing across the state, increase the availability of PrEP, which is a preventative medication, and create community-based programs. In political news, the Senate confirmed former Democratic Congresswoman Tulsi Gabbard as the Director of National Intelligence Wednesday. It's a major win for President Trump, as Gabbard had been among the most controversial picks of his cabinet picks. The vote was 52-48, mostly along party lines. Republican Senator Mitch McConnell of Kentucky, however, joined Democrats in opposing the confirmation. Gabbard faced concerns from several Republican senators, mostly over her lack of support for Ukraine and her shifting position on a key surveillance and security tool. Gabbard is President Trump's 14th nominee to be confirmed since he took office January 20th. Now to the escalating showdown over President Trump's Department of Government Efficiency. And as Kelly O'Donnell reports, his new vow tonight to abolish the Department of Education.
The debate over DOGE, a flashpoint in President Trump's overhaul of government.
The spigot is getting ready to be turned off.
Today, Democrats held up for scrutiny Elon Musk, the billionaire head of the Department of Government Efficiency.
It's a demolition plan that's going to run through our government.
The divide is clear. Democrats call out an unaccountable overreach.
Donald Trump and Elon Musk are recklessly and illegally dismantling the federal government, shuttering federal agencies, firing federal workers.
While Republicans praise Musk's methods to slash spending.
Now that DOGE is taking real action, Democrats are choosing to defend the bureaucracy and status quo instead of standing up for the American people.
At today's White House briefing, Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt showed what she called receipts for spending identified and terminated by DOGE, including diversity and inclusion programs, a $4 million training contract at Job Corps, and a $2.3 million contract for diversity training at the Air Force Officer School. But Leavitt argued without evidence the spending she cited is not simply a policy dispute, but suggested fraud, which is a crime.
I would argue that all of these things are fraudulent, they are wasteful, and they are an abuse of the American taxpayer's dollar.
New tonight, a separate move to halt taxpayer spending for migrants. The Department of Homeland Security announced that Secretary Kristi Noem clawed back $59 million that had been paid to provide hotel housing for migrants in New York City. The city says it is exploring litigation to get the money back.
That was NBC's Kelly O'Donnell reporting. And we are just getting started this evening. Still to come, new technique A bill in Maryland could clean up the Chesapeake Bay and boost fish profits with a Japanese method.
Here's a look at your May forecast.
But first, planning to raise chicks this year, we have what Delaware agriculture officials want you to know about bird flu risks.
Like I was about to say, here's a look at your Bay forecast. We look on Thursday, scattered showers, cold but clear on Friday, and another round of rain on Saturday. Your full forecast, apparently, I just can't wait to give to you. So stick around for 60 seconds. Let's get going.
It starts with our oldest family tradition, artisan bread, topped with the finest hand-sliced meats and cheeses. Add in the freshest locally grown produce, but don't forget the In our house, it's not just a hoagie, it's a primo.
What are you doing here? I'm here for your 6-month crawl space inspection. Come on, follow me.
I should get out of these clothes.
Believe me, my friend, it's perfectly clean down there. I can't stress the importance of having braziers monitor your crawl space.
What is there to inspect?
Your sub pump, your dehumidifier, and we inspect your whole crawl space for you.
You can't beat that type of service, and there's no bugs down here. Which reminds me.
Son-in-law, is my room ready yet? Come on.
Absolutely.
It starts with our oldest family tradition, artisan bread, topped with the finest hand-sliced meats and cheeses. Add in the freshest locally grown produce, but don't forget the In our house, it's not just a hoagie, it's a primo.
Well, yesterday at this time, we were talking about massive amount of snow, up to 8.5 inches in some areas. Now we have the rain in place, and eventually we'll have cold air that'll make a comeback. But listen, we went from 8 inches of snow to rain tonight, and temperatures rising into the 40s and 50s. It's going to be colder on Valentine's Day, but at least dry, so you'll need to cuddle with your sweetheart. It's going to be that kind of cold. But then unsettled over the weekend with widespread rain, making a comeback Saturday and Sunday. And spoiler alert, next Wednesday and Thursday, another round of snow. At least you heard it here first, okay? So we are currently at 39 degrees in Milton, Redden, Georgetown, Seaford, 38 degrees, Delmar, 40. Visibility's cut down to just 3/4 of a mile for us in Salisbury, 1 3/4 for us, almost 2 miles for us in Ocean City, and in Georgetown, 1.5. Now, just so you'll get a perspective, clear is 10 miles of visibility. So we've lost almost 90% of our visibility right now. So we have some fog that's making an impact right now. Winds are continuously pushing out of, coming out of the ocean and inland. We're at 6-mile-per-hour wind gusts, which isn't a real big deal for right now. But considering the fact that we're under a gale wind warning, we're going to watch out for the winds to pick up a lot of momentum, particularly tomorrow going into Friday. About 40-mile-per-hour winds there. Dense fog advisory is still active until late tonight for Ocean City, George Island Landing, and we are looking for 25-mile-per-hour winds along the coast of Cambridge, Andrews, as well as Nanticoke. Here's a look at our future cast. We're looking for Thursday morning, widespread heavy downpours, and to the point we're going to have some ponding on the road. So the road's going to be kind of tough to migrate as a result of the amount of rain that's going to be there. But then at least the precipitation will come to an end for us. Our latest model run indicating we'll have actually 1 inch of rain along the coast and throughout the inland area. So the models are saying we have an enhanced opportunity for rain. This is for just Thursday. We're not even talking about Saturday and Sunday, where we're looking at whopping 99 and 93% chance of rain. So for the rest of the night, rain develops in 37. Tomorrow we're warm, but we're also wet. In the morning time, 51. Friday, Valentine's Day, 39. Sweet sunny skies, brisk and colder, but at least dry till we get to the weekend. Finally, here's a look at the weekend. Remember that snow I was telling you about? It's behind my head right now. I'm going to step out of the way so you can see. There you go. It kicks off on Wednesday.
All right. Thank you for that, Paul. Well, a warning tonight for people who are expected to buy chicks this year to raise in their own backyard flocks and avoid those soaring egg prices. The Delaware Department of Agriculture is encouraging chick buyers in the first state to take precautions when raising backyard flocks. Officials say they do not plan to stop the sale of birds in Delaware, but they say the risk of avian flu spreading to hatcheries is low. There is, however, a bigger worry for people planning to introduce new chicks to current flocks.
If you already have a flock, bring those birds back, keeping them separate for at least 30 days to make sure that there's no disease being communicated between the new birds and the established flock.
Department of Ag officials say the department has plenty of information and resources available to make sure people raising backyard flocks are doing it in the safest way possible. To Maryland now, Maryland Governor Wes Moore throwing his support behind new legislation. The Chesapeake Bay Legacy Act has a variety of proposals to help clean the bay. It would also allow watermen to process fish with a Japanese technique known as ikejime. The method makes the meat taste better and makes it worth more. Under the legislation, a license would not be required for Maryland watermen to use this technique, opening the door for more of them to potentially do it.
Usually it consists of a head spike and then a thin wire that they run down the spine of the fish, which severs all the nerve endings that can lead for a product that has a longer shelf life and a better taste profile.
The Chesapeake Bay Legacy Act still in the early stages of discussion in Annapolis, but if it's passed, it would take effect July 1st in Maryland. Still ahead tonight, the cutest thing you might see, the road to recovery for a seal rescued on our coast. And next, power struggles, a committee meeting in Dover this week to address rising Delmarva power bills, how you can weigh in.
It's time, America. Time to break out the red, the white, and blue oval. The President's Day sales event is here with great offers on powerful, capable Ford SUVs and Ford F-Series, America's best-selling trucks. There's huge inventory and great selection at your local Ford dealer. Want more? How about this special offer? Get $4,500 cash back on Ford Escape or Lease Escape for $289 a month for 36 months during the President's Day sales event.
When choosing windows and doors for your home, at Pella, it's your choice. We manufacture maintenance-free vinyl, fiberglass, and wood-clad windows and patio doors, all with lifetime warranties. High performance, energy efficient, and loaded with options to help make your house your home. Industry-first features and benefits make living easier and increase your home's value. Visit our Experience Center or call us today to schedule your free in-home consultation, where we bring the showroom to you.
Tomorrow at 4 on Coast Life, want to impress your Valentine? We've got expert tips for crafting the perfect romantic dinner at home. Plus, in Spill the Tea, one woman refuses to celebrate Valentine's Day. Coast Life, tomorrow at 4 on Coast TV.
Accidents happen when you least expect them. Big or small, when accidents strike, things can get a little complicated. This is where the Law Office of Trapnickel steps in. Our experienced team fights for your rights, turning tough situations into significant compensation. If you've suffered an injury, claim the justice you're entitled to. The Law Office of Trapnickel. Your priority is our priority.
Get the Coast TV News app. The latest and most up-to-date stories for your coastal community. Coastal news customized to your needs. Download the Coast TV News app on your Apple or Android devices. Coast TV, our community, your news. This is Coast TV News at 11.
Some of our viewers might remember last week we reported on concerns about higher Delmarva Power electric bills. Well, now state lawmakers are stepping in, and if you are someone who had one of these higher bills, you want to listen up here because the Senate Environment, Energy, and Transportation Committee is holding a hearing about all of this on Friday at 10 a.m. in Dover. They're trying to get answers from Delmarva Power. The Public Service Commission and the Office of the Public Advocate will also be at this hearing. And you can give public comments. You can do that online or in person. Now, Delmarva Power says the spike is linked to an unusually cold winter, but lawmakers are looking for more details than that. The city of Rehoboth Beach has officially launched their redesigned website. The city says the new site, RehobothBeachDE.com, has an AI-assisted search function, among other things. And for some more details about all of these new features of the redesigned website, you can check out our website, CoastTV.com. Well, here's some good and adorable news. A gray seal pup rescued from Bethany Beach is back in the ocean, according to the National Aquarium. The little seal, you'll see here on your screen, was picked up by rescuers after showing some nasal discharge. Rescuers were concerned that the seal had avian flu. He was taken to the National Aquarium's Stranding Response Center. Vets found out there he was healthy, just a little bit stressed out. That's okay, we can all relate to that. So after he got some fluids, vitamins, and had an overnight stay, he got a flipper tag and was released back into the wild. If you like music, this next story is for you. On your screen now is the official lineup that dropped today for this year's Oceans Calling Festival in Ocean City. Some big names heading to the coast, such as Green Day and Fall Out Boy. Pre-sale tickets for September's festival go on sale on Friday. Oceans Calling, by the way, is not the only music festival hitting the OC Boardwalk this year. Fans can expect the Country Calling, Boardwalk Rock, and the Rising Tides festivals in the coming months. Coming up in sports tonight, the winningest wrestler in Sussex Tech history announces his plans for the future. And coming up, matters of the heart. Doctors are raising awareness on how early signs of heart defects can be caught and treated.
Well, we shook off the snow from yesterday. Now we have the rain that's wetting the streets up, but at least the snow is getting out of the way. We have more in your full forecast coming up later.
We salute Chief Cecilia E. Ash. Chief Ash leads the Milford Police Department with a commitment to fairness, compassion, and integrity. Upholding the values of honor, integrity, dedication, and duty, she emphasizes community engagement and trust. Chief Ash continuously advances the department through training and evidence-based practices, focusing on empathetic service. We salute her dedicated leadership and commitment to the Milford community.
Spicer Brothers and CoastTV are honoring military persons and first responders serving Delmarva. If you have a family member, friend, or community member that you would like to nominate for a CoastTV salute, go to coasttvsalutes.com.
Listen to Big 107.7, Delmarva's classic rock station.
Stop! Don't buy that boat till you visit Rudy Marine's Open House Sales Event, February 12th through the 22nd. Huge inventory and lower pricing than all regional boat shows. Plus, free service contract with every boat purchase. Rudy Marine's Open House Sales Event. Don't miss it.
Winter is here and it's time to stay cozy. But is your heating system ready to play its part? Don't roll the dice on comfort or safety. Call FH Fur for our $69 heating maintenance and safety inspection. We'll fine-tune your system so it's ready to tackle winter's chill. No sweat or shivers. With nearly 40 years of trusted service, FH Fur Plumbing, Heating, Air Conditioning, and Electrical are the pros who've seen and fixed it all.
877-GO-FUR, FHFur.com.
Not everyone wants a big funeral. For those seeking a simple alternative, the Eastern Shore's most trusted family and funeral services offers another option. Eastern Shore Cremation and Funeral Service is simple and affordable. A direct cremation tribute starts at just $17.45, or choose to have a small visitation service serving Delaware, Maryland, and Virginia with easy consultation by phone and streamlined electronic documentation. Learn more at easternshorecremation.com. Simply respectful.
This February, fall in love with safety and reliability, because at Gateway Subaru, we believe love means keeping you safe. From rain and snow to sunny skies, Subaru's legendary symmetrical all-wheel drive has you covered through any weather. Right now, take home a new 2025 Subaru Outback and take advantage of great financing rates as low as 1.9%. Stop by today to pre-order the all-new 2025 Subaru Forester Hybrid, designed for tomorrow. Gateway Subaru, just minutes from the beaches in the heart of Delmarva. Higher standards.
Transform your home with Coastline Sunrooms and Awnings. Collectively, with over 40 years experience, our expert team has been designing porch enclosures, sunrooms, and awnings that bring comfort and style to your home.
Whether you're looking for protection from the sun or extra living space, we're here to help. Call now to schedule a no-obligation design. We are offering a free electric recessed fireplace with your sunroom purchase, or get a free upgrade to a motorized awning with an awning purchase. Coastline Sunrooms and Awnings. We show up.
Stop! Don't buy that boat till you visit Rudy Marine's Open House Sales Event, February 12th through the 22nd. Huge inventory and lower pricing than all regional boat shows. Plus, free service contract with every boat purchase. Rudy Marine's Open House Sales Event. Don't miss it.
Health experts are warning that children are being exposed to marijuana ads on social media due to a legal loophole which is enticing them to use substances. Under the Controlled Substances Act, it is illegal to advertise marijuana using federal airwaves or across state lines, but businesses can make their own pages and post ads on their own feeds. Researchers say social media engagement increases a child's likelihood to use marijuana, and they're calling on regulators to take action. They say currently there's no way to stop these ads from spreading on social media. The National Cannabis Industry Association says it does support reasonable restrictions and that it's working with policymakers to refine advertising practices. According to a 2024 nationwide survey, 1 in 4 12th graders had used cannabis in the past year. Well, nearly 60% of U.S. workers have chronic health concerns. Many of them keep quiet about it, though. According to a new study, a majority of workers with conditions like heart disease or diabetes have not officially disclosed that information to their employers. A poll from Harvard's Kahn School of Public Health shows that workers fear those health problems could hurt their career goals. Roughly 25% said they did miss out on promotions due to their conditions. It is Congenital Heart Defect Awareness Week this week, and in the U.S., the CDC says a baby with a heart defect is born every 15 minutes. While these defects do range in severity, early detection is critical. In today's Health Minute, Mandy Gaither explains why and goes over the factors that increase the risk of a heart defect developing.
It's a problem present at birth, affecting the structure of a baby's heart. Congenital heart defects range substantially from mild to severe.
And so really kind of seeing someone that has the expertise and the ability to differentiate between the two is important.
Dr. Glenn Iannucci with Children's Healthcare of Atlanta says initial symptoms may only be an extra sound or murmur found during a cardiac physical exam, or there may be an abnormality found on an x-ray. Some heart defects can also be found during pregnancy through a special type of ultrasound called a fetal echocardiogram.
But other signs can be kind of trouble feeding, persistent fast breathing, and poor weight gain in babies in particular.
The exact cause of most heart defects isn't fully known, but there are things that increase risk, including the mother having certain pre-existing conditions like diabetes or obesity, a family history of congenital heart defects, smoking during pregnancy, or certain medications taken during pregnancy.
If you know kind of what you're dealing with at the beginning, then really you can often be in front of the patient even developing symptoms.
Even though many heart defects aren't cured, advancements in care and treatments have led to longer and healthier lives than those who have them.
There are a wide variety of treatments that can include surgery, but can also include some non-invasive approaches.
For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
Congenital heart defects may not be found until later in childhood or even into adulthood, but the doctor says some signs that someone may have an underlying heart problem include chest pain with activity and fainting spells, especially during exertion. Well, it's hard to believe, but we are now just 1 year away from the Winter Olympics in Italy. The venues for the 2026 Games are spread across northern parts of the country, 8 cities hosting events, some 5 hours away from Milan. Crews are working hard building all the venues to host these events, and the Winter Olympics will run from February 6th through the 22nd of next year. CoastTV will be the exclusive home for all the action.
The Delmarva Sports Network from the Wawa Studios.
Good evening, sports fans. Sussex Tech senior Dustin Elliott has announced his commitment to compete at the next level at Bloomsburg University. The senior has racked up well over 100 wins for the Ravens across his 4 years on the mats and currently wrestles in the 160 weight class. Earlier this season, Elliott became the winningest wrestler in Sussex Tech history after his 150th victory against Del Mar just 3 weeks ago. Congrats to Dustin Elliott on continuing his education and his wrestling career. To college lacrosse, the University of Delaware is now nationally ranked in all 3 major polls at number 16 in the USILA rankings and number 18 by Inside Lacrosse and USA Lacrosse Magazine. The Blue Hens took down Utah 13-12 last Saturday. Up next, the Blue Hens face St. John's at Delaware Stadium this Saturday at noon. To Division III men's college basketball, the Coast to Coast Conference has announced that Salisbury University will be the host of the conference semifinals and championship coming up in 2 weeks. The semifinal games are on Friday, February 28th, followed by the championship on Saturday at 7 p.m. Salisbury currently sits at second in the conference behind Christopher Newport, putting SU on the fast track to be among those Final Four teams. That'll do it for sports. Have a great night.
Coming up next, rock and roll. Who's being considered for the Hall of Fame this year?
Delmarva Sports Network updates can be heard on 93.5 The Beach.
Welcome to Beach Barrels. No matter where you're from, everyone is a local. Fun times and good vibes await with a wide variety of craft brews, plus our award-winning Primo Hoagies made fresh daily. Dance the night away at the best live music venue in Ocean City. And there's never a bad seat to catch your favorite sports team. Dine in or relax on our outside deck with comfortable seating and beautiful palm trees for a cozy, tropical atmosphere. Beach Barrels open 10 a.m. to 2 a.m. at 132nd and Coastal Highway.
Designed to outlast and outlive. Toyota trucks are unmatched, unstoppable, unequaled. Take Tacoma, now with an available iForce Max turbocharged hybrid engine, outfitted with the most advanced tech and ready for anything. Buy a Tacoma now with 3.99% APR, and all new Toyotas come standard with Toyota Care. Toyota, let's go places.
Welcome to Farmhouse Pet Lodge, your pet's home away from home. Our state-of-the-art secure lodge offers exceptional care for dogs, cats, and other pets. For daycare or boarding with private suites, custom food prep, UV air filtration, centralized disinfection, and 24/7 care. Your pet will be safe, healthy, and happy. Book now and get 10% off your first stay. Ask about our grooming services and tailored training programs. Give your furry friends an amenity-filled vacation at our family-owned, conveniently located Farmhouse Pet Lodge.
It had been an ongoing issue with the ductboard that's underneath the home, a rancid odor, and I said, I'm calling Above and Beyond, and Braden successfully eliminated all this odor. I have no more allergies, no more runny eyes. It's all gone thanks to this air scrubber. This is why I called Above and Beyond. One of the reasons that I went with Above and Beyond services is because I believe in this product, definitely. It's a lifesaver. I can breathe, I'm so much healthier.
I needed to do some safe floor. I slipped in my old floor and I broke my kneecap. I called Pinnacle, they came. The team was very professional. And then when I came home 2 o'clock, my garage was done. That's the best part. I loved it. Pinnacle did a really great job. They did this beautiful floor and safe to walk. Call Pinnacle, you will not be disappointed. You'll be happy, like I am.
The list of nominees for the 2025 Rock and Roll Hall of Fame has been released. The 14 performers on the ballot include Chubby Checker, Outkast, Billy Idol, Mariah Carey, Cyndi Lauper, Joe Cocker, British rock band Oasis, Latin rock group Mana, and the band Fish. There's also Bad Company, the Black Crowes, Joy Division, New Order, Soundgarden, and the White Stripes. 8 of the nominees are newcomers to the list. 6 are making a repeat appearance. The winners of this year's Hall of Fame will be announced in late April.
Our Bay Health camera in Dover at 38 degrees right now. We still have the remnants of the snow that's apparent and will stay there for the grassy areas. But we'll begin to wash away pretty quickly thanks to the rain that we've already experienced. We still have some leftover showers coming into Drawbridge, as well as Georgetown, Bryan Store, and Lewes Crossroad, Millsboro, and Hollyville, as well as I say Hollywood by accident. Hollyville, pardon me. Mary Jane Sterner of Millsboro, congratulations. You're our umbrella winner, courtesy of Paul Davis Restoration and Home Remodeling. You can call our number 443-880-9100. You can get an update on what's happening with your forecast by calling our line. Sponsored by the law offices of Bruxted, Mandalis, and Federico. Finally, here's a look at the extended forecast. Now, quick little note. I'm about to jump back on camera here. Here we go. This Wednesday, Thursday time right here, that's when we're looking for that snow to come back in full effect. And when I say full effect, I mean full effect.
Okay, you're scaring me a little, Paul. Thanks for joining us here for Coast TV News at 11. For some more local news and local weather, you can download our Coast TV News app. The Tonight Show starring Jimmy Fallon is up next, and we'll see you back here tomorrow for Coast TV News at 5 a.m. Have a great night.